Hello and welcome to Dishing Delights. My name is Jenica and today I am going to share with you what we ate for dinner this week. This week was a busy one, so my meal plan kind of got thrown out the window and it was very much a clean out the fridge kind of week, so let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to stay with the theme of showing you every grocery haul in 2022, and today mine is a little bit different. So I grabbed a rotisserie chicken. This was $7.99. I grabbed 3 pounds of yellow onions. This was $1.25. And this ranch was on sale. It was $7.99 for this 2-pack of 40-ounce ranch. So I grabbed this as well because we eat ranch with our pizza and we have been eating pizza every week. So this would be good to have in the pantry. And that is our super simple grocery haul. The first dinner we are going to make is a burrito bowl. I make these for lunch quite often. It's a good way to clean out your fridge and make something super delicious. I had some leftover rice, so I heated up some seasoned black beans, added that on top of the rice, tossed some rotisserie chicken that I just bought onto it, and just baked it in the oven while I did some household chores. After that rice was heated through in the oven, I pulled some leftover lettuce out of the fridge, and then it was time to construct the burrito bowl. I did add some more chicken to the oven for my husband's dinner because he just wanted chicken and rice. So to my burrito bowl, I am going to add one of my mini avocados, and I am so happy when there are no brown spots in the avocado. It's the best feeling ever. Except I bought a whole bag of avocados thinking, you know what, I haven't had avocados all winter. I am going to eat all 6 of these, and I got through 2 before the rest went bad. It's such a gamble when you're buying avocados. So to my salad, I am going to add a little bit of salt and a whole lot of pepper. And then after that, I am going to add a couple tablespoons of salsa. This just adds some great flavor to that burrito bowl. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of sour cream, and this is going to act as our dressing. Now if you'd like to, you can add chips to this. You can squeeze a little bit of lime on top. You can get really creative with this dish. And then for my husband's dinner, I made some more Instant Pot rice because we wanted to have fried rice later in the week. So I made him some rice and some chicken, and then he just wanted that served with a little bit of barbecue sauce. So that was his super simple dinner. Tuesday night, we decided that we really wanted some chicken fried rice. We've really been making chicken fried rice as a snack lately from the rice that we keep in the fridge because we've been making rice weekly. So I took that chicken carcass and I pulled all of the meat off of the bottom of the chicken. We went through one of the legs and some of the chicken breast meat already, so this is kind of what was left over of the chicken. So I pulled that chicken off of the bone, and then we used that for the fried rice. So for the veggies of the fried rice, I am adding some frozen onion. I chopped up some diced onion earlier in the month, and I've just been taking that out of the freezer as needed. So I took some of that onion, also some peppers that I've been keeping in the freezer, and I am just going to cook these down. And once those veggies are cooked down, I am going to add some more vegetables. So I pulled a bag out of the freezer. This is just a bag of mixed vegetables, and I added half of that bag to this pan. Now for this, you can use any frozen vegetables. You can use a teriyaki mix, You can use just regular frozen mixed veggies. You can even use canned vegetables. But right here we are going to add some sesame oil. This gives it that great fried rice flavor. So we're going to add a little bit of sesame oil, and a little bit I'll also add like a tablespoon and a half of butter. Right now I am cracking 3 eggs because I am going to add 3 scrambled eggs into this. That's when I'll add the butter, right before I add the eggs. And then once I add those eggs to the pan, it is go time. I am mixing as quickly as I can. I'm also adding in that shredded chicken, and things move fast once you add the eggs to the pan. So make sure you're ready to stand by the pan. So now that those eggs are about halfway cooked, I am going to add my cold rice. It has to be cold rice. If you do nothing else, make sure that you do this step correctly. Make sure it is cold rice. So I'm taking that cold rice. I'm also going to add a little bit of soy sauce. And then after I mix this all up, that is pretty much done. Sometimes I'll add a little bit more sesame oil, just depending on how the flavor is. But that is the simple way that I personally make fried rice. Now I just top mine with some sriracha, and I usually add scallions too, but I completely forgot. And that was what's for dinner. I also had some leftovers for the next day for lunch. The next 2 days we were booked and busy, so I ended up making 2 shelf-stable pantry meals. I showcased both of these meals in my last video, so if you want to check out how I made these meals, you can check out that video. But I just made a mushroom tortellini, and I also made some mashed potatoes with the chicken gravy and some vegetables. They're super simple, like 15-minute meals, and we thoroughly enjoyed them. For this last meal, I am just going to throw together a soup. I am going to take all that leftover rotisserie chicken and bones. I'm going to toss that in the slow cooker overnight. I'm going to just fill it up with water. I'm also going to add a little bit of the diced onion that I have in the freezer, and just so that adds a little bit of flavor to the stock. And then I am going to cover this lid, and I'm going to forget about this for the night. And then the next day, this was about lunchtime, I ended up taking all of those bones out. I wanted to make sure that all of those bones were out of that liquid. This turned into such a delicious stock. This is a great way to use up the leftover rotisserie chicken you have. So for this, I added a can of chili ready tomatoes. I tossed that right into the slow cooker, and then I'm taking half of a 7-ounce can of diced green chilies. I'm going to use that other half for a later date. If you have a can of 4-ounce diced green chilies, just use that. And then I have 2 different kind of canned beans. I ended up using 2 cans of the white beans. I just made sure that I drained those, and then I added them into the soup. So I didn't have a chili seasoning mix, so I kind of made my own. I'll link the recipe that I used down below, but I just used the seasonings that I had on hand and made a chili seasoning. I did end up doubling the recipe just because I like a really flavorful soup. As you can see throughout this video, my dog is really loving being in the kitchen with me lately. It cracks me up that she is always in the frame now. Once I had all of my seasonings in, I ended up shredding some of that chicken off of the bone and adding that into the soup. That way we can have a little bit more protein in this soup. We ate very carb heavy all week long, so I wanted to make a soup that was a little bit more protein rich and a little less dense. Once all of the ingredients were in, I just tossed this on low until we were ready for dinner later that night. I ended up taking some of the homemade tortillas that I made. I will share that with you in another video, but I took some of these delicious homemade tortillas and I fried up some tortilla strips, and then I served that along with the soup later on. So once that soup was ready, I just served it up with some avocado and some of those tortilla strips, and we ended up eating on this soup for 2 whole nights, and then I ended up freezing the rest of it. So this ended up making 4 meals for my husband and I total, and that is a win for me. This was phenomenal. And then for our final meal of the week, I have been craving fries and chicken tenders for months now. So I went out and grabbed a bag of fries, a bag of chicken tenders, 2 of the French bread pizzas, and I had chicken tenders and French fries for the night, and my husband had the French bread pizza. And honestly, this was one of my favorite meals of the week. So I am not complaining, and the next time I'm craving fries and chicken tenders, I know that I have some in my freezer. So thank you so much for coming along today on this little pantry clean out video. If you like this video, please make sure you like it, make sure you're subscribed, leave a comment down below, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my next video. Thank you so much for watching.